Okay, hello friends. Today in this video, we are going to discuss about how to design a coding contest using HackerRank platform. The main outline of this video is introduction to HackerRank. What is HackerRank is all about. We are going to discuss that. Then we will look into the login part of how to log in into a HackerRank. Then we'll move forward to getting started with the HackerRank, creating a challenge in the HackerRank, then creating a contest, and finally testing it with our own code and reviewing the submissions. So this is the main outline of HackerRank video, how to design a contest. Now we can do one thing. The first is either we can click on this particular link to open the hackerrank.com, or otherwise you can also Google. So you can also Google for HackerRank platform. So you just have to type the keyword HackerRank and you'll find the first link which is appearing is the hackerrank.com. When you click on this HackerRank online coding and testing platform, first of all, this is about how the companies are reaching nowadays for their placements to different engineering colleges or any other colleges for their placements. They design some contest in form of coding test cases, and then the students have to write the coding for solving those test cases. The first step in this HackerRank platform is to log in as a teacher to design your own contest. First of all, we will click on login. After clicking on login, we will be redirected to another page for login. We'll click on login again for developers. And then after that, we'll see something called as continue with Google. We have to click on continue with Google. It will ask you the credentials that we are going to use. For example, I'm using currently era.johari@purnima.edu.in for logging into my account. Here, this is my landing page. You can see here there are multiple platforms provided by the HackerRank platforms where you can test the students based on their knowledge about algorithms, data structures, mathematics, artificial intelligence, C, C++, Java, Python, Ruby, and many more. So students can be tested in these subject areas by designing a problem, and then the students have to provide solution to that problem, avoiding any kind of leaks within their coding code. Now let us see what exactly how to design a problem contest and then how to solve it. So for that, first of all, we have to go to our profiling page. Click on this user's profile. Then we have to click on administration. Once you click on administration, you are redirected to another page called as hackerrank.com administration contest, where you can design your own contest as per your requirements, what type of contest you want to design, what type of problem statement you want to give to the students to solve. It is not mandatory that you decide on the platform for coding freehand. Let the students decide it at runtime. So suppose first of all, before creating before managing any contest, we have to manage the challenges. So first of all, we have to throw a challenge that we are going to present it to a user or a student for which the student have to write the program. So first of all, we'll click on create challenge, and then we'll name the challenge. For example, I'm writing here table generator. This program is basically meant for generating a table, maybe a table of 2, a table of 3, 4, 5, etc. So we are going to generate a table. In the description, if you want to give any description about what is this challenge all about, you can write down a short summary about the challenge. So I'm writing here, uh, program to design a table generator. Just this is just a general introduction of your program. Then we have to write down the problem statement, what exactly the student have to do. This you have to select it very wisely because student have to rely on this particular problem statement for further coding. For that, first of all, let us start from write a program because I'm not specifying what type of platform the user is going to use. So I'm simply stating that write a program to generate a table for a given integer. That means whatever the given integer value is provided by the user, we are going to generate the table for that particular given integer. Now this requires an input format. So definitely we have given it in the form of problem statement itself that we are going to accept an integer for generating the table, or otherwise you can specify the input format here also, suppose 2. If you do not want to write any input format, why? Because it may be a confusing part for the user that they can only generate a table of 2. So you can also specify none. That means no input format is required. Or otherwise, you can specify the entire statement, no input format is specified. You can go for any options. Either you write a 2, you can go for none, or otherwise you can write no input format is specified. Now constraints, you can put in some constraints like the integer value that I am going to accept must lie within the range of, because we are not going to generate a table of 1. So definitely it must lie within a range of 2, which is going to be less. Your I, that is your integer, I must be less than equal to 2 or must be I'm so sorry, must be greater than equal to 2 or less than equal to 100. So we are going to generate a table between 2 to 100. That's it. So this is the constraint that we are going to follow. The output format, if you want to give, these are just the specifications which the student will see to help them understand the problem definition better. These are none of these statements which you are writing currently in the current page are going to be evaluated on any kind of platform. It is just for the general understanding of the student what they have to do. So now in output format, I'm just specifying that I need something like this. Now you have to be very particular in writing this output format. Why? Because this is actually the from where the student have will get a proper idea of what exactly is expected out of this particular program. So I'm going to say something like this, that you have to design something like this for me, that 2 into 1 equals to 2, 2 into 2, 2 into 2 equals to 4, 2 multiplied by 3 equals to 6, and so on. I don't have to write down the entire thing here, but because we are not going to test the user outcome on this output format. This is just for the basic understanding of the student, like what they have to perform. So they have to perform this till 2 multiplied by 10 equals to 20. So this is what they have to do. Now, addition of a tags is just for your understanding. If anybody wants to search your program over the internet on this HackerRank platform, they can use the tags to find out your program what are the different types of challenges under this particular category. So you have to choose your category very wisely. So right now I'm just writing table, and you can see there are multiple tags available as a suggestions which you can use. So I'm using multiplication table as my tag. That means under this category, my problem challenge is going to be addressed. And then I'm going to click on Save Changes. That's it. This entire page was about the general understanding of the problem statement by the user. Now, if you want to specify what is the type of difficulty that you are giving to the user, you can select the difficulty level. Then you can also give a challenge name that we have already given. You can change it as per your requirements. So whatever the name you are specifying here, accordingly an URL will be generated here, which we will be using afterwards to give to the students to actually solve this particular challenge after logging in into HackerRank account, and then they can use this particular link to solve this particular challenge anytime. If the challenge is open, we'll see how the challenge is going to be open and till what time it is going to be visible to the student. Now this URL is flexible. You can also give your own suggested parameters in this URL if you want to, or otherwise you can keep it as it is. The description, if you want to write any description about like what is this program all about. So whatever description we have given earlier, it is being copied again. The problem statement is there, the input format, everything is now simply visible here that we have provided earlier. Now we have to save the changes. After saving the changes in this particular format, this is the user side format, which we'll see further how it will look like. So you can also preview it. Preview by previewing the challenge. For now, you cannot preview this. Why? Because we have just designed the problem statement. We have not created the challenge as such. The contest is yet to be created, so you will not be able to see this in particular challenge as of now. So I'm going back. I'm going back, and then I can select on moderators. If you want to add any specific person from HackerRank community to be the editor of this particular challenge, you can add them. Otherwise, you can skip it. Then the third part is about the test cases. Now the test cases is dealing with The test cases is dealing with how your outcome will look like. And it is very important to set your test cases wisely, because your program is going to be evaluated actually on the test cases part. And if your test cases, either of the test cases, you can like provide multiple test cases for a particular problem statement. If either of the problem test cases is satisfied, you will get a correct response. Otherwise, you'll be simply you'll get a wrong response to your coding competition in spite of you have written the code correctly. So you have to write down your test cases very legitimately. What are the different expected outcomes that you can expect? For now, we are just going to design a table of two, and that is what I'm expecting my students must do. So I'm going to simply add a test case here. If you want to put a tag to this test case, you can put a tag, for example, 2. I'm putting, why? Because I'm generating a table of 2. So I'm just putting the tagline as 2, taking the input parameter as 2, and then the output must be the table of 2. Why? Because the input is 2. So and the output must look something like this: 2 multiplied by 1 equals to 2, multiply by 2 equals to 4, multiply by 3 equals to 6. Likewise, we have to design the entire outcome. If you write your test cases incorrectly, then your user response will be evaluated, and the user response, in spite of being correct, it is going to be evaluated as wrong. Reason is your test case is wrong. So definitely you have to write down your test cases, revise it thoroughly before flashing it to the students that your test cases are correct. So I'm just putting in 2 cross 9 equals to 18, and then 2 multiplied by 10 equals to 20. So this must be generated as my outcome after the user provides an input of 2. So this is what I am expecting. And now what we are doing is we are going to simply save these test cases. So for saving these test cases, we'll click on save. This test case is now generated, and now we are going to see any further changes that we want to specify for our program or for our contest. So you can specify any other parameters that you want to specify, or otherwise they are not required. So let us leave it. We'll just save the changes, and then we'll go back to the manage challenge. Either you go back to your manage challenge from here, or otherwise you can also click on here, and then you can go ahead with the administration, and then you'll get this page again. So both of the ways are correct. Right now, I'm going back, traversing back to the administration page, and then I'm going to the manage contest. Now I have to create this as a contest to be flashed to the user. So what I'll do is I'll need to create a contest. The challenge is already made. Need to create a contest now. The contest name has to be provided. So right now I'm using the same name that I've given it as a challenge, that is table generator. The start time must be 1 day ahead, or you can say that you have to design your contest 1 day prior to flashing of your contest. So suppose I'm keeping 19 February 2025, and the contest will be flashed for 2 hours from 2 to 4. So this timing is in 24-hour format. I'll be simply clicking on 14 hours, and on 19 itself, the contest will close by 16 hours. So you have to provide the specified 2 hours time for how much time you want to keep the contest open. And then if you want to keep the contest as open forever, you can also click on this checkbox, which will help you to keep the contest open once it is flashed to, or you can say when it is live to the student, it will be having no end time. It will be live forever. Now coming to the organization type, here you can select which organization you belong to, and then you can also put in your organization name. For example, right now I'm putting in Purnima Institute of Engineering and Technology, and then you have to click on Get Started. Okay. Okay. This is giving some problem, so I'll go to the administration again. And from here, manage contest. I'm going to call upon this contest table generator, and then the start time, everything that I'll specify again. I'll say that this contest has no end time, and then the organization name, then putting in your data, and then say getting started. So we have to start it at least on 19th, and suppose I'm splashing it from morning 1 a.m. and then I'll click on Okay, so we have to see what exactly is the problem with the managed contest. We'll go on administration again. We'll see the challenges that we have created. This is the table generator. This all is already specified. We cannot preview the challenge as of now. Why? Because we have not broadcasted the challenge, but definitely going back, manage challenges, and then contest. We can create a new contest again. Suppose I take the contest of table of 2, starting at 19 hours, 30 minutes in the morning, ending by 19 to by 1 a.m. in the morning itself. The organization is a school and it's Purnima University. And then getting started. Okay, so this is like we have added our table. Now you can see once you add this contest, you get a URL. Now this is very important for us to get a URL. If you are not getting a URL, that means there is some error or some problem. If this URL you will be getting, that means you are successfully adding your challenge to the contest. And this URL you can also edit to make it your own personalized form of URL. This you can edit. Otherwise, you can share this URL with the students. So students logging into the hackerrank.com will be able to access your contest afterwards. So for now, we will start like we can also change the time. The time is very weird. So we can set it as for a more realistic one, that is probably 10 a.m. and the organization type. And now you'll see something called as landing page customization. So what is this landing page customization is all about? This is like, it talks about how the things are going to look at the user's end. So this is my landing page. This is what we are customizing right now. So for now, it is looking something like this, that in 1 hour and 11 minutes, the quiz will start or the contest will start, and then it will be like this is the background that it carries and about this particular challenge. If you want to keep all this information, like what is this challenge all about, prizes and the rules, you can specify the scoring, how you are going to score. You can give in some information. This is all about my landing page. You can customize it as per your requirements. So for now, what I'm doing is, I don't want this actually. So I'm going to change my preview, which is at the back end. So for that, we'll go to, I'm just closing this my landing page for now. And I'm going to my contest page again. Here I'm going, I have one logo of Purnima University on my desktop. So I'll be using that Purnima University logo. So I'll be using that Purnima University logo that I'll upload here in the background, Purnima University. After uploading, you'll see that your landing page is now looking something like this. Okay. Okay, we have not saved the changes yet. So that is why it is not getting displayed here, your landing page, how it will look like. So we'll go back. And this is what the image Purnima University PNG. Then you can also give in some taglines if you want to provide, or otherwise you want to give some metadata information about what is this contest all about. So if we are just going to say we are uh, designing a table of two. That is what we are going to do right now. Any prices, if you want to keep, you can keep it. Otherwise, you can simply remove the statement, not required, no price. Then this hyphen is used to write comments. So no price, no rules, and you want to tell that score if you can generate the output exactly same. Now this is very important. Even in case of a simple white space introduced by the student, you will not get the exactly same output, and then finally you will get the scoring as 0. So this we have to save. After saving the changes, once the things will be saved, now we can view our landing page. So this is what our landing page will look like. We have a logo at the back end, and then this is about the information that we are going to design a table of two. There is no price, no rules, and score if you can generate exactly same outcome. So this is my landing page that I have designed. Again, this is at the user site. Nothing have to be evaluated here, but if because we have already added a challenge to this contest here, we have already added table of two that need to be added. So when you will preview, okay, there are no challenges, details. So because I have added a wrong challenge, I have to improvise on my challenge. That is contest name, contest detail. Now the challenges that I'm going to take here is right now I have not decided. I've not decided yet. I've not decided what challenge I'm going to keep. So I'm just going to state table generator. This is my challenge name, which I'm going to use. And because one of the challenges already created with the same name, so it is already automatically showing me that you can use table generator too. And then you have to decide on the maximum score that the user can have. This is about the detail of the challenge. And now table generator 2 is my challenge that we are going to go for. So when I'm going to preview my challenge here, you'll see that table generator 2 is my challenge. Okay. When we click on this table generator 2, it will tell you that write a program to generate a table for a given integer. This is what we have written. No input format is specified. Constraints are these. And this must be the outcome. This is what, and also we have set a difficulty level, which is visible here. The maximum score of the contest that we have set here. Okay, so now we want to test for this particular problem statement. This is the next step, sixth one, that we want to test it, whether this challenge is working fine or we have some errors in this particular challenge. So we are going to put a code and the outcome must be same as 2 cross 1 equals to 2, 2 cross 2 equals to 4 that we have designed in our test cases as well. So what we are going to do is we are simply going to declare int I equals to 1. And then we are going to say I less than equal to 10. And then I plus plus, we are going to simply write the solution for this particular challenge. This is the solution that we are going to print system dot out dot print ln. And then in this, we are going to generate the table of 2. So for that, we have to do some formatting. That is 2 multiply by, now there is no white space between 2 multiply by 1. So we can't introduce any white space in between, and then we have to write down I, then concatenate it with equal. So equal have to be a string type. So we are going to put a string here and then concatenating it again. Now we have to evaluate what is 2 cross I equals 2. That is 2 when I equals to 1, 2 multiplied by 1 equals to what? So we need to calculate it. So I'm going to write here 2 multiply by I. This is the solution for this particular statement, that is 2 cross I equals 2. So this is the final outcome. When I'll run the code, before that, if you want to give any testing custom input, you can provide here like 5, 6, 2, whatever. So right now I'm taking a 2. So I'm just putting in custom input as 2 because it's a table of 2. When I'm executing this, you can see that the compiler here will execute the code for me. Why? Because we have a choice of language selection that I talked about before, that we are not going to specify which language the user is going to use to exactly code this particular program. So that is quite a flexible one. Let it be decided by the user. So for now, we have taken Java. And then we have given the input, everything. Basically the test against the custom input is when user requirement is there, when the user enters their own inputs. So whenever the user wants to enter something, we go ahead with this one, or the command line arguments that we can specify. So for that, now you can see here, the format looks something fairly exactly same as what we have designed in our test cases. So I feel comfortable. I think I'm good enough with my outcome, and it exactly looks like what is expected here. So it's something looks like the same. So I can take a trial and I can submit my code. It will ask me as a warning whether you want to submit or do not submit. I'll say submit. Why? Because I'm confident enough that my code is correct. It will get evaluated as per the test cases that we have designed. So 2 cross 1 equals to 2, 2 cross 2 equals to 4. Likewise, it will test the test cases. And finally, if the test cases are completely accepted, there are no leaks in the test cases, you'll get the status as accepted. And after that, now this is the trial at the student side. So your student can see that once the things are pretty good in submission and the submission is up to the mark, they'll immediately get an accepted status. Now, for my side, right now, I'm the designer of this contest and I was just testing this. So I can simply close this window. Now I can also go to the stats of this particular problem, this particular challenge, and then I can see the contest submissions. Now, this is the visibility of how many users have taken your contest, how many students or how many other people qualifiers wanted to take this particular contest and then they qualified. Now, this is very important that the ID you must be aware of when you are taking it for a particular class. This ID is uniquely generated for a particular person. It is not mandatory that they can use this email ID as their own ID. So this ID is unique for each and every user on a HackerRank platform. So if you are collecting the responses from your students and you also collect this information, what is their ID that they have generated after logging in to their own accounts. Now, when how to check this particular information, when you go to your profile, you'll see that beneath your email ID, you have a particular ID. So this is my ID and this is my email ID, which is a separate, two separate things, which cannot be same. So you have to collect this information. What is this ID of that particular student? And then you can go to your dashboard again. You can see in your administration, you can open the challenge that you have thrown. And then in this challenge, you can see the submission statistics and you can see the view all contest submissions. This is how you can see, and because the test cases was successfully executed, it is showing me 10. Suppose I want to submit with another value, that is not 2, but a table of 5. So I want to write a code for table of 5. So I'll go back to my contest. We have already designed a test case. We already designed a test case, which is telling me that you should write in a format of 2 cross 1 equals to 2, 2 cross likewise. So that is what we have already done. Now we'll see this previewing challenge with the another value apart from 2, because the range that we have set right now is 2, integer value I should be less than or equal to 2 and go up to 10, sorry, 100. So this is the constraint that we have given. I can range from 2 to 100. So I'm writing the code again. But here right now, in spite of using 2, I'm going to do it for 5. Let's see how it will go for. So this is my table of 5. Let us see the outcome. When I'm running this code, let us see what outcome it is going to give. Okay, so it is asking me give some sample case. So when I'm running this code, okay, the table of 5 is generated on a successful input of 5. But this test case I have not provided as a my test case. So let us see whether this test case is approved or not. Why? Because logically this is correct, but this is not expected by my employer or the placement officer that I should go and write a table of 5, because they are asking me to write a table of 2 only, not of 5. So here my test case get unqualified in spite of that the entire logic, everything is perfectly correct, but I'll get to score a 0 marks here because I'm not complying with any of the test cases as specified by my employer. So this is about like how you can go with HackerRank Contest, how you can design, and then you can again go to your dashboard. You can simply close this window. Why? Because this is a testing window. Once the things will be open, as a challenge to the users, the start time is given. The end time is also specified. If you want to keep it as no end time, then you can check this box. So that whenever this quiz will be open, the students can take this quiz from the start time to the end time specified, and then they can view this summary. You can view their summary of submission in the statistics column, and then viewing all contest submissions. You'll get to have the details of all submitted answers by multiple users. So you just see here the ID is same. This particular user has submitted me the submission multiple times, and every time the user is submitting me the submission, that is being logged into my account in the particular contest statement. So these all are my submissions. That's it from my end. Hopefully, I'm able to explain you the entire concept and the idea. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any doubts, you can definitely contact me. My email ID is already given there. And you can send me your queries. I'll try to resolve it. You can simply log out. This is a good practice before ending any session. Log out your screen, go back to your login page, and then only conclude the things from your end. Thank you very much.